She was a day tripper, a one-way ticket, yeah. We'll see what waits for us to share, for all the things we've dreamed of in the moonlight. I had done a CD, a jazz CD, about 10 years ago. I had told myself that if I ever did a CD again, I was going to do it right. I was going to get the right people, the right musicians, the right producer, the right sound engineer, and really put together a great product. So I decided to call it Moonlight because it reflects the warmer side of myself. To be swept away. Moonlight's a beautiful song that was introduced to me by Terry Trotter.
The remake of Sabrina had a score by John Williams, and at the end, John Williams wrote this song, Moonlight, and Sting sings it while the credits are going. He starts to sing, and I thought, oh my gosh, that was beautiful.
I've known Terry well over 20 years.
It's so great.
He was my piano teacher. I wasn't a good student because I didn't practice very much, but I met Jameson when he was a kid. He's like working with family, and it was especially wonderful to work with Terry, who is just an icon in the jazz world.
But I felt like when I first met Terry at his home, I was auditioning, and he takes me over to the piano, and he plays about 12 bars of What'll I Do, and I start coming in. By the time we finished, the four of us, you know,
all crying.
Yeah. What'll I do when you... My dream time. Jameson was one of the first people that we thought of to not only play the piano, but to arrange.
I like it. Unless you hate it, you can take it out. I'm not in love with it.
And I think the best thing I ever did was to allow Jameson free rein. He's taken every song and given them a new life.
So where it says sax solo, that's the piano solo, but
yeah,
12 bars and then...
Really nice.
But
Just
that
captured.
one crazy string that you did at the end.
Yeah. You like that?
He's my son. I always tell people the reason he plays so well is because when he was a kid, I beat him to make him practice.
He's the most influential pianist of my life, so I'm definitely thinking about what I've learned from listening to him and studying with him.
Harmonically, I think he pulled some things from me. I showed him things, and then he took that as a point of departure, and he's much more uninhibited when he plays.
1, 2, 3, go 2, 3.
I've ordered some rain for tomorrow. The sky will be sunny but wet. I had been in the studio before, so I didn't think I was nervous in that respect. I just had an incredible array of talent surrounding me.
It just feels really natural, and the vibe is really good. Everyone's having a great time.
Gary has this flexibility vocally to sort of fit into a lot of different genres.
He has a really clear vision. You know, he says, this is what I want, and it's up to you to interpret that.
And I wanted to do those songs justice. I feel but one way. You will understand it too. I grew up with the Beatles, and I grew up with Motown, and both of those are represented in my CD. I very much enjoyed crooners. So the crooners had a lot to do with how I approach songs, the phrasing, interpretation, style. I've decided to take these songs and reinvent them and turn them around, songs that you know, and give them a whole new world. Barbara and I has been a solid collaborative effort. We've had such a relationship with this. The communication between us has been great. I've won some battles, she's won some battles. We started with about 40 songs, 50 songs, I think, and we pared them down. She disagreed with some, I disagreed with some.
Heavy cloud, but no rain. I've worked with everyone from Placido Domingo, Sammy Davis. I sang with Luther Vandross for over 20 years, Celine Dion, Lauryn Hill, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Patti LaBelle. All right, go on, Gary, with your bad self.
Right there with a thump, our umbrellas will bump. I'll say, pardon me, haven't we met?
Working with Gary today was a blast. I love the duet that he chose for us to do because it kind of summarizes our friendship and the way that we met and just felt like we had known each other forever.
There's a good chance of finding romance when two hearts collide.
It's everything I hoped it would be.
And I know that's just how it happened when Romeo met Juliet. Almeida's got a shade on sweet Georgia Brown. 2 left feet, but oh so neat, sweet Georgia Brown.
That was just beautiful.
She can't get our fellas that she ain't met. Who's that Mr. Taina's sister? Take Georgia Brown.